Hello everyone. Now in our design of structure, today we are going to see our next topic, T-beam. Now before we going to see our fifth chapter, T-beam, in a previous video we saw different type of structural member, how it design, how it analysis, and what is the design process. So first of all, in a first chapter we saw introduction about chapter. Then second chapter is introduction to IS 456 2000. Then third is singly RC beam. Fourth is WRC beam. Now our next chapter is a T beam. Very most important chapter. So first of all, what is T beam? यानी कि concept of T beam. Then after stress test diagram for a T beam, position of neutral axis to decide type of beam, moment of resistance of beam, design of T beam, flowchart for a T beam analysis. So first of all, introduction. What is T beam? So in a many reinforced concrete structure and particular in a floor system, a concrete slab is cast monolithically with a rectangular beam. ठीक है, तो ये फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इन नॉर्मली वॉट आवर रेसिडेंशियल या कॉमर्शियल बिल्डिंग जो भी हो, हम स्लैब कैसे प्रोवाइड करेंगे? इट इज़ लाइक रेक्टेंगुलर और अ स्क्वायर फॉर्म. ठीक है, वन वे या टू वे स्लैब जनरली हम ये प्रोवाइड करते हैं इन रेसिडेंशियल और कॉमर्शियल बिल्डिंग. In a such a construction of a portion of a slab above the beam behave structurally is a part of the beam in compression. ठीक है, मोस्ट ऑफ दी जो स्ट्रक्चरल कंस्ट्रक्ट होगा एट दैट टाइम क्या होगा, जो वन ऑफ द स्लैब का जो पार्ट है वो बीम पे सपोर्टेड होगा. एट दैट टाइम वो बीम क्या बिहेव करेगा? इट इज़ वन ऑफ द स्ट्रक्चरल मेंबर के स्ट्रक्चर का एक पर्टिकुलर मेंबर है इन कंप्रेशन में. So the slab portion is a called the flange and a beam is a called the web. At that time क्या होगा, कैसा फॉर्म होगा? दिस इज दिस स्लैब, ये स्लैब होगा एंड जो ये बीम होगा, तो बीम के जो स्लैब पोर्शन होगा वो कैसे बिहेव करेगा? इट इज़ फ्लैंज एंड इट इज़ वेब. सो इट इज़ वन ऑफ द टी बीम. स्लैब कैसे बिहेव करेगा? फ्लैंज. और जो बीम होगा, जो स्ट्रक्चरल मेंबर स्लैब को सपोर्ट करेगा, इट इज़ इन वेब फॉर्म. सो इट इज़ वन ऑफ द टी बीम. सो इफ द फ्लैंज प्रोजेक्शन आर on either side of the rectangular web or a rib, the resulting cross section resembles the T shape and hence it is called T beam. ठीक है, जो फ्लैंज प्रोजेक्शन होगा जो either side of the rectangular web of rib, it rest is कहाँ पे रेस्ट होगा? क्रॉस सेक्शन resemble of the T shape and hence it is called T beam. On the other hand, if the flange projection is one side, the resting cross section resemble an inverted L and it is termed L beam. So it is the difference between T beam and L beam. Both side projected होगा rectangular web और rib में, तो it is T beam and only one side another side projected होगा जो flange slab. So it is in a L slab, in a L beam. Sorry, it is L beam. So flange beam have two parts, T beam and L beam. So the flange beam analysis and design are analogy to doubly reinforced rectangular beam. In a doubly reinforced beam, additional compressive force is provided by adding reinforcement in the compression zone. चलो अब फ्लैंज बीम का एनालिसिस एंड डिज़ाइनिंग कैसे हम फाइंड करेंगे? तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जो डबली रेनफोर्समेंट है रेक्टेंगुलर बीम के अंदर, तो इन डबली रेनफोर्समेंट बीम एडिशनल कंप्रेसिव फोर्स इज़ प्रोवाइडेड. हम कंप्रेसिव फोर्स प्रोवाइड करेंगे. सो इट इज़ बिहेव लाइक डब्ल्यू आर सी बीम. इट इज़ कैसे बिहेव करेंगे? डब्ल्यू आर सी बीम. सो ए एस सी इन कंप्रेशन जोन. सो वेयर इज एन फ्लैंज बीम, दिस इज प्रोवाइडेड बाय द स्लैब कॉन्क्रीट. Not that the slab concrete can provide this resistance only if it is situated in a compression zone of beam. Also the spanning of slab must be perpendicular that the beam. जो span होगा slab पे वो किस पे perpendicular होगा? It is in a beam. जो beam जो स्पान होगा स्लैब का वो किस पे परपेंडिकुलर होगा, परपेंडिकुलर, वो किस पे होगा, इट इज़ इन बीम, सो इट इज़ बिहेव लाइक टी बीम. So this is the figure of the idealized floor system using a flange beam. आप फिगर में देख सकते हो टी बीम कंस्ट्रक्शन, इफेक्टिव सेक्शन ऑफ अ फ्लैंज बीम, आइडियलाइजेशन ऑफ फ्लोर सिस्टम यूजिंग फ्लैंज बीम. So effective width of the flange, an equivalent width of the slab with uniform stress distribution that can be assumed to act along with the beam for a strand calculation is called the effective width of the flange. Effective width of the flange किसे बोलेंगे, so an equivalent width of the slab with uniform stress distribution that can be assumed to act as along the beam for a strand calculation is called effective width of the flange. किसके बोलेंगे, जो बीम के अंदर जो स्ट्रेंथ कैलकुलेट करेंगे हम, ठीक है, बीम विथ इट स्ट्रेंथ, सो इट इज कॉल्ड इफेक्टिव विथ ऑफ द फ्लैंज. In the absence of the more accurate determination, the effective width of a flange may be taken as the following, but no case greater than in the breadth of the web plus half of the sum of the clear distances to the adjacent beam of the either side. So in IS 456 2000, IS 456 2000 पेज 36 और 37, ठीक है, आप लोगों को दिया गया है फॉर अ टी बीम बी एफ कैसे फाइंड करेंगे, सो इट इज़ L0/6 प्लस BW प्लस 6 DF. फॉर एल बीम बी एफ इज इक्वल टू L0/12 प्लस BW प्लस 3 DF. सो इन दिस वे we can find BF for T beam and L beam. It is given in IS 456 2000. For isolated beam, the effective flange width shall be obtained as below, but in no case greater than the actual width. For a T beam, BF is equal to L0 divided by L0 by B plus 4 plus BW, and for L beam, BF is equal to 0.5 L0 divided by L0 by B plus 4 plus BW. So where BF is equal to effective width of the flange, L0 is equal to distance between point of zero moment in the beam, BW equal to breadth of the web or a rib, DF equal to thickness of the flange, B equal to actual width of the flange. So for a continuous beam and a frame, L0 may be assumed as a 0.7 times the effective span. Now the concept of the T beam. What is the concept of the T beam? तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आप फिगर में देख सकते हो, it is behave like a T section. This is the overall depth of the beam, it is D. Then breadth of the flange and web breadth of the web. This is the breadth of the flange, it is of the web, it is a depth of the flange, and this is total depth, overall depth of the beam. Then singly reinforcement rectangular beam, this portion is a behave like a singly reinforced rectangular beam, and this is the slab portion, it is the slab portion. Now T beam is equal to singly reinforcement rectangular beam of size BW by D plus slab portion of size BF minus BW into DF. So the analysis and design of T beam is analogous to the analysis and design of WRC beam. ठीक है, क्योंकि जो हम कंप्रेशन जोन में स्टील प्रोवाइड करेंगे, ठीक है, तो इट इज़ बिहेव लाइक अ सिंगली WRC beam. So the analysis and design of T beam analogous to the analysis and design of WRC beam. So in case of WRC beam, additional compressive resistance is obtained by providing ASC in compression. सेम हुआ, ठीक है, कंप्रेशन जोन में हम स्टील प्रोवाइड करेंगे, सो इट इज़ ASC इन द कंप्रेसिव जोन. Now while in a T beam, additional compressive resistance is obtained by considering slab concrete of width BF minus BW as a flange of T beam. It is flange of the T beam. Slab concrete can provide this resistance only if it is situated in the compression zone, and also the spanning of the slab must be perpendicular to that of the beam. A flange beam also can be doubly reinforced. However, doubly reinforcement flange beam are as rare as a large amount of compressive force is provided by the slab concrete. So moment of resistance of a T-beam is equal to moment of resistance singly reinforced rectangular beam plus MR of slab concrete. So steel area required for a T-beam is equal to steel area required for singly reinforced rectangular beam plus steel area required for a slab portion. So here stress test diagram for a T-beam. तो here section of a T-beam आप देख सकते हो टेंशन जोन में स्टील प्रोवाइड किया है, ठीक है, वेब के अंदर, ठीक है. तो दिस इज द स्ट्रेस डायग्राम ड्यू टू टेंशन. स्ट्रेस डायग्राम इज लाइक दिस, इंक्लाइन लाइन एंड स्ट्रेस डायग्राम. So here BF is equal to width of the flange, BF equal to width of flange, BW equal to width of the web, DF is equal to depth of the flange, small d equal to effective depth, capital D is equal to overall depth, C1 equal to force of compression in concrete, C1 is equal to 0.36 FCK BW into XU, and C2 equal to force of compression in concrete of slab. So C2 is equal to 0.446 FCK BF minus BW into DF. T equal to force of tension in a steel in a web, T equal to 0.87 FYST, Z1 equal to D minus 0.42 XU, Z2 equal to D minus DF by T2. This formula is same we saw in a WRC beam. So it is also given in IS 456 2000. So this is the some basic concept and introduction about T-beam. याद रखो, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल टी बीम कैसे बोलेंगे. सो इन अ मेनी रेनफोर्स कॉन्क्रीट स्ट्रक्चर एंड अ पर्टिकुलर इन अ फ्लोर सिस्टम, अ कॉन्क्रीट स्लैब इज कास्ट monolithically with rectangular beam. In such a construction, a portion of the slab above the beam behave structurally as a part of the beam in a compression. The slab portion is called the flange and the beam is called web. If the flange projections are on either side of the rectangular web or a rib, the resulting cross section resembles the T shape and hence is called T-beam. On the other hand, if the flange projection is on the one side, the resulting cross section resembles in inverted L in a term as a L-beam. So flange beam have two types, T-beam and L-beam. So the flange beam analysis and design are analogous to doubly reinforced rectangular beam. In a doubly reinforced beam, additional compressive force is provided by adding reinforcement in the compression zone. Whereas in a flange beam, this is provided by the slab concrete. Note that the slab concrete can provide this resistance only if situated in the compression zone of the beam. Also, the spanning of slab must be perpendicular to that of the beam. So here some idealization of floor system using a flange beam. So it is a very most important chapter. Now how we find effective depth of the flange. So an equivalent length of the slab with uniform stress distribution that can be assumed to act along the beam with its strength calculation. ठीक है, बीम के साथ उसकी स्ट्रेंथ कैलकुलेशन करेंगे. सो इट इज़ द इफेक्टिव विथ ऑफ द फ्लैंज. सो इन द एब्सेंस ऑफ अ मोर एक्यूरेट डिटर्मिनेशन, द इफेक्टिव विथ ऑफ द फ्लैंज may be taken as the following, but in no case greater than the breadth of the web plus half of the sum of the clear distance to the adjacent beam on either side. So for a T beam, BF is equal to L0 by 6 plus BW plus 6 DF. For L beam, BF is equal to L0 by 12 plus BW plus 3 DF. For isolated beam, the effective flange width shall be obtained as below, but no case greater than the actual width. So for a T beam, BF is equal to L0 plus L0 by B plus 4 plus BW. For a L beam, BF is equal to 0.5 L0, L0 by B plus 4 plus BF, where BF is equal to effective width of flange, L0 distance between point of zero moment in the beam, BW breadth of the web or a rib, DF equal to thickness of flange, B equal to actual width of the flange. Now here some note is here. There, for continuous beam and a frame, L0 may be assumed as 0.7 times the effective span. So this is the sum effective width of the flange.